Welcome to the Heidelberg Transition Town Hall meeting, live from Patrick Henry Village.
Okay, well, can I go ahead and start? Giddy up. Hey, welcome everyone. It's good to have you here. Hey, for those who don't know me, I'm Jim Boozer. I'm your Deputy Commanding General for U.S. Army Europe, and I really want to welcome you all here today to this forum. This is one probably in a series of forums that we're going to have to provide information for the USAR workforce and the Installation Management Command Europe workforce that resides and works here in Heidelberg, so that you can prepare yourself and your families for our move to Wiesbaden. First, I'd like to just welcome our Commanding General, Lieutenant General Mark Hertling, for being here today. He'll come up and have some remarks here once I'm done with some introductory remarks. I also want to welcome all the folks in AFN land and on Facebook who are piping into this. I got to tell you, to pull something like this off is a huge undertaking. So I want to up front thank the USAR PAO, our Vice Media, certainly AFN, and both of our garrison teams that are so very involved in what we're about to do and what we're going to talk to you about today. And that's our U.S. Army Garrison Wiesbaden team, headed by Colonel Dave Carsons, and our U.S. Army Garrison Baden-Württemberg team, headed by Colonel Brian DaCosta. And I want to thank them both for being here, because you're going to have experts here in the room that can really address just about all of your issues. And so you should be able to walk away with a lot of questions answered. We also have the leadership of U.S. Army Europe here. All of the principal staff is here from U.S. Army Europe headquarters, and so that is another venue, another capability we have here to help address some of these questions. I think you're all aware that the real focus today for this forum is so Dave Carsons and his team can provide you information in terms of the services that this great garrison is going to be able to provide to you all as you think about your move to Wiesbaden Army Airfield. Break. I said Wiesbaden Army Airfield. Something I want you all to know, and because this is all about information sharing, is this summer we're going to have a renaming ceremony of the Wiesbaden Army Airfield. And we're going to name a couple other facilities and the housing area up there that's being constructed, those 326 sets of quarters, and some other things on Wiesbaden Army Airfield. But we're going to call Wiesbaden Army Airfield Clay Concern. And that name was selected because the man that carried that name, General Lucius Clay, who was also a previous Commanding General of U.S. Army Europe, was really the father of the Berlin airlift. He's the one that made sure those supplies got in, and most of that operation occurred out of the Wiesbaden Army Airfield. And we've selected a week there to try to nail down a date, and we're in the process of doing that, but it'll be somewhere between the 8th of June and the 15th of June. The 8th of June, oh, by the way, happens to commemorate the 7th anniversary of U.S. Army Europe, and of course the 14th of June is our Army's birthday. So somewhere in there we're going to nail down with our local officials in Wiesbaden a good time to have a naming ceremony, Wiesbaden Army Airfield, the Clay Concern, as well as a ball to celebrate those events, both the anniversary of U.S. Army Europe, the Army Birthday Ball, and U.S. Army Europe headquarters moving to Wiesbaden. And so that's kind of out there this summer, much more to follow. The Wiesbaden staff if you don't know, is very adept at doing the business about what they're getting ready to do in terms of assisting us. They received the Fifth Signal Command a couple of years ago in Wiesbaden. Just this past summer, they received the Fifth Corps, and they also were key players in moving the 1st Armored Division headquarters back to Fort Bliss, Texas. And so I think we're going to be able to address all of your questions and issues today. If it does not come up, most of the information we're going to provide you resides on the U.S. Army Europe webpage. You can go to the relocation portal on the USARA homepage or the G1 homepage at the USARA website. And so I urge you to use those. You'll find there all of the business rules that we've developed and put in place to make this move happen. So whether it's, how much temporary living allowance can I draw? When can I start my move? All of those questions have been answered in terms of business rules, and I urge you to go in and review those. So with that, let me take a pause here, and before we turn it over to Dave Carsons, let's let our Commanding General address the audience here for a moment. Sir?
Thanks, Jim. And first of all, good afternoon, everybody. Just got back from another country visit, and prior to that, what I wanted to share with you all is something that is going to be significant within the next 24 hours. I can't give you specific details because, frankly, it's on hold with Department of Defense until 1600 this afternoon. That will allow me to talk directly to commanders, and then 1930 tonight, and it's all based on East Coast time, for me to talk to some German officials and to release some things to the press. But if you have been watching the USARA webpage or some of